The Santoku bōchō or Bunka bōchō is a general-purpose kitchen knife originating in Japan. Its blade is typically between 13 and 20 centimeters long, and has a flat edge and a sheepsfoot blade that curves in an angle approaching 60 degrees at the point. The top of the Santoku's handle is in line with the top of the blade. The word refers to the three cutting tasks which the knife performs well: slicing, dicing, and mincing. The Santoku's blade and handle are designed to work in harmony by matching the blade's width weight to the weight of blade tang and handle, and the original Japanese Santoku is considered a well-balanced knife. Design: Santoku blade geometry incorporates the sheep's foot tip. A sheep's foot design essentially draws the spine down to the front, with very little clearance above the horizontal cutting plane when the blade is resting naturally from heel to forward cutting edge. Providing a more linear cutting edge, the Santoku has limited rocking travel. The Santoku may be used in a rocking motion. However, very little cutting edge makes contact with the surface due to the extreme radius of the tip, and very little tip travel occurs due to the short cantilever span from contact landing to tip. An example of this limitation can be demonstrated in dicing an onion. A Western knife generally slices downward and then rocks the tip forward to complete a cut. The Santoku relies more on a single downward cut and even landing from heel to tip, thus using less of a rocking motion than Western-style cutlery. The Santoku design is shorter, lighter, thinner, and more hardened than a traditional Western chef's knife. Standard Santoku blade length is between 6 and 7 inches, in comparison to the typical 8-inch home cook's knife. Most classic kitchen knives maintain a blade angle between 40 and 45 degrees. Japanese knives typically incorporate a chisel tip, and maintain a more extreme angle. A classic Santoku will incorporate the Western-style, bilateral cutting edge, but maintain a more extreme 12 to 15 degree shoulder, akin to Japanese cutlery. It is critical to increase the hardness of Santoku's steel so edge retention is maintained and rolling of the thin cutting edge is mitigated. However, harder, thinner steel is more likely to chip, when pushing against a bone, for example. German knives use slightly softer steel, but have more material behind their cutting edge. For the average user, a German-style knife is easier to sharpen, but a Santoku knife, if used as designed, will hold its edge longer. With few exceptions, Santoku knives typically have no bolster, sometimes incorporate scalloped sides, called culens, also known as a granton edge, and maintain a more uniform thickness from spine to blade. Variations: some of the knives employ semi-laminated steels, including the pattern known as sumonagashi. The term refers to the similarity of the pattern formed by the blade's damascened and multi-layer steel alloys to the traditional Japanese art of sumonagashi marbled paper. Forged laminated stainless steel cladding is employed on better Japanese Santoku knives to improve strength and rust resistance while maintaining a hard edge. Knives possessing these laminated blades are generally more expensive and of higher quality. Many copies of Santoku pattern knives made outside of Japan have substantially different edge designs, different balance, and different steels than the original Japanese Santoku. One trend in variations made of a single alloy is to include cullenschliff, scallops or recesses hollowed out of the side of blade, similar to those found in meat carving knives. These scallops create small air pockets between the blade and the material being sliced in an attempt to improve separation and reduce cutting friction. See also, Japanese cutlery, chef's knife, kitchen knife. References. Bibliography, Equipment Corner. Do you really need a Santoku knife? Episode Bistro Classics. America's Test Kitchen TV Show. 2005 season. Viewed April 3, 2005.